Everybody, this is a great story. That was the first part of the clip. But anyway, I'm here to do this video about something that some might find a little bit gross, okay? So I'm going to say this up front. If you're the least bit squeamish, just click on out of here. Really, don't watch it. And I'm going to tell you why I say it that way. And I don't think anybody is like that on this channel who would comment, who comments just like this. But years ago, I had I was doing, they call them blogs these days, and to make it brief, and I mentioned something about a surgical procedure I had, and it wasn't anything gross about it. I just mentioned that I had it, and that the doctor said that most people would have felt a lot of pain, and I didn't. And this drama queen, that's how I see it, histrionic behaviors is the way I see it. I could be wrong. But she had to leave a message, a comment, and I had given fair warning. But she had to leave a comment about, ooh, gross, why would you even write something about that? And then other people made comments, like her flying monkeys, to just, to back her up kind of thing, like, oh, why did you hurt her? She had to make it all about her, and I think many of us know people like that. You have something going on with you, but they want to turn it back around to where they get the attention on them. Even if it's negative attention, they don't care. As long as the attention is not on you, it's on them. In the process, they're going to somehow insult you and make you look bad. Okay, I think many of us know that. Before I go on, do you notice how high the little grass is? I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it in the camera, but yeah, we haven't been able to mow because we've had a lot of rain, and then we had the heat, and it still wasn't dried up, and then back to rain, and you should see our backyard. I call it a jungle out there. Seriously, I call it a jungle out there. But anyway, that brings me to part of it eventually. Now, the first part of it, to get to the gross stuff, and like I said, if you're squeamish, you don't like gross stuff, click on out of here, But to just get to it, last night, okay, I looked in the mirror. It was about 9:30, and here it comes. The right lower quadrant of my right eye had hemorrhaged. Never, ever in my lifetime have I ever had that happen to me. Never have I even known anybody personally that it's happened to. Now, I know it happens, but I've never known anybody. So I didn't really get freaked out. That was what was weird to me. Sometimes something like that, you go, oh my God. But I did go and get Adam. Now, some of you know Adam is my ex-husband, and we share a house. I would rather live with my ex-husband than live alone. I've done that. Been there, done that. And more recent years, this is just not safe. I can do a whole video on that, why I came back here. So anyway, but it's good to have somebody around who knows your medical history. That's the way I see it. Now, there's a lot of other reasons for like safety reasons. So I got him and showed it to him, and he was a little bit freaked out. Later on, he told me that he had had one in his lifetime. Now, I never knew that, so it's good I know that now. But but anyway, okay, allergies. Yeah, you can look this up. Okay, about eye hemorrhage. There's another name for it. I didn't write it down, and plus I would probably just not do it justice. The word to replace eye, it's something hemorrhage, in your eye. So I just looked up, you can look up eye hemorrhage, and that worked for me. But yeah, it's just real red. It's like it hemorrhages blood and all that gross stuff. And anyway, I got him, and he looked at it. But before that, I saw something in the eye, on the eye, on that part of the eye, that looked kind of like, when you eat, they're like breadcrumbs, but fresh, like you're eating a piece of bread right then. Well, I haven't had bread in my house for I don't know how long, months, like that, have it like the crust, Although I did have a hot dog earlier in the day, but why would it be breadcrumbs? And it was also on what I think people call, the beauty community calls the waterline on that eye. It's like little teeny tiny things. Don't know. I thought maybe that scratched it. So I showed Adam, and he told me, go test your, blood pressure, to go test your glucose, and I said, well, you go check it online, what it says online. And anyway, my blood pressure and my glucose were a little high, not really bad high, but high enough to take notice. But of course, to me, even though I was calm as could be, internally probably I was going, oh my God, what is this? Because like I said, I've never had it before myself, never seen anybody who had it, never been, that I know. So anyway, that was enough, and he looked it up, and you can go read it. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not any kind of healthcare professional, so I'm not going to say anything other about it. But anyway, so I had a little bit of, I didn't have much pain, but a little bit of not irritation, but I don't know. It's not pain, irritation, maybe a little bit of a headache, but yeah, So anyway, that was one thing, but the thing that more than one thing has happened to me lately. That's just, what is this? This has been a really bad summer, really bad for me. Today is the last day of summer. Thank goodness. Yesterday we had hopefully our last really hot day. Yeah, because I have mentioned this before. I believe on this channel that I know I have on my other one that I believe I've always believed that I suffer from seasonal affective disorder in the summer. Okay, now I live in Texas, so I haven't always lived in Texas though. I was born and raised in Texas, moved around a whole bunch. I've lived in several states, but in the summertime I usually have bad moods, or not really bad moods always, but sometimes it's like an energy to want to move. Various things over many years, okay, but this year it was really bad. I had body aches and pains, well, mainly aches. I can't say pains, but just especially on the bottom of my feet, my heel. But I had been, as I mentioned in a video, I had been driving my Standard, which has a clutch, instead of this SUV, because this SUV was in the shop. And I had been driving that, so I thought maybe I heard it somehow, my foot wasn't used to it, using a clutch, my left foot, you never know, But anyway, then I started getting body aches really bad. The hotter the heat index, whatever you call it, real feel or feels like, the higher it was when it was in the hundreds for many, many days this summer. The worse I would feel. And anyway, but there was something else I was worried about yesterday. That aches and pains kind of went away when we had our last bit of rains, and which wasn't too long ago, last week before. But when the heat started coming back, the aches started coming back, starting again with the foot. Okay, yeah. I use the windshield wiper there, but the weirdest thing that started coming up this time, and I've had this before, is a repetitive motion injury in my right hand, which I'm right-handed. I've had this happen to me a few times. I had to really think about that. But a few times over the years, and I don't remember when the last time was. But this time it was a little bit different. It could have, maybe not. Maybe I don't remember from so long ago. But I was thinking about that because I was thinking, how am I going to type? Okay, because it's mainly in my index finger. No, I'm sorry, there was a school bus behind me, so I got distracted. But there was in my right index finger. But I try to compensate for it by not using that for like the mouse and everything and to type with. And by compensating, I kind of put too much pressure on the rest of it. Yeah, you know how that goes. So, allergies, I'm telling you. So, I was thinking about that. How am I going to, do things like typing, or, because I do more than just YouTube, using my computer for more than YouTube or anything like that. I was thinking, how am I going to do that? How long did it take before, when it's been so long? I don't know. How long would it take before it heals? And, I'm not good at typing or anything, writing or anything with just my left hand, and I was thinking about all that kind of stuff during the day. So, then I started saying, oh, good, today's our last day of heat. The storms had come in, and you know, the heat's over and I'm going to start feeling better. And that's when I went and looked. I went to the bathroom a little while later and was washing my hands, saw that in my eye. Got all that. I know I've left something out that I wanted to say about this, but I do. Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird. And I had an appointment with the doctor, okay? But I called the other day to say, you know, I want to change appointment to one of the doctors there that I have never met, and it's a woman. The other one's a guy, a man. What is that vibration? That's weird. Oh, it's an airplane. It's so weird. It's an airplane. But so I called and they said that they don't have her schedule, you know, her schedule for next week or any time after this week to call back. But I want to see this other doctor. So whenever they do, they said call back next week, which today is Friday, so no big deal. And you know, make an appointment with her. And what I've read, and I don't want to say it like an expert, but what I read, it said that if it doesn't go away within like 2 weeks, to see a doctor. So, yeah, you know, the eye hemorrhage. But yeah, okay. If anything gets worse about it, but before then, you bet I'm going to go to some clinic. One of them I know, you know, some doctor. One I know is open on Saturday. I think the other one might be too. Yeah, they both are. So I know 2 places that are open on Saturday. There's always those care clinics or whatever. So the weekends, emergency clinics or whatever. And there's an ER. So, but I'd go to a clinic that Adam goes to. Anyway, I kind of rambled through all this one. But yeah, what I think, when I was thinking about this last night, I was going to do a video on this. And why? I'm not a person who kind of like is one to say, okay, I want people to comfort me, but why not? I'm serious. Why have I never been like that? So, you know, I'm not a drama queen, although doing this video probably makes me look like one. So why didn't I? You know, I thought it would be nice to hear people, you know, people who are not trying to make it all about them, but say, hey, I know somebody that happened to, or, you know, it's not a big deal or something like that. But not the drama queens who are going to say, ew, gross. Anyway, I'm wrapping this up. I have no idea how long this video is, and I don't even know if my camera will let me upload it. So that's enough for this video for now. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click on the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would, and I'll talk to y'all in another video. Bye.